Welcome to the Okanagan Sun Coaches Show. Ryan Waters and head coach Gavin Lake. For week 7 of the BCFC, coach, you face and host the Kamloops Broncos this week. But before I want to talk about the Broncos, let's go back to last week. Positives you take away from the Raiders, the run game. I thought the run game was terrific, 184 yards just from one guy in Alex Bradley. I thought the O-line really opened up some holes.
Yeah, you know what? Last week we took some attention to detail with the O-line. We looked at some film. We sat as a unit. We went through some blocking schemes. We changed some things there. And over 230 yards against a pretty solid, athletic team. So if we can take that and we can add, let's face it, a passing game. We had some drops. We can address that with our veterans. That's not going to happen. That's uncharacteristic of those guys. We expect them to step up substantially this week. So, if we can get that gel going, obviously on the defensive side of things, we got some coverage things to work on this week. We're tightening that end up, our back end, our kick coverage lanes, making sure we got the right guys in those lanes, and the integrity of the whole system, we're addressing this week. So hopefully we can get that turned around.
How do you cut down turnovers? Another 5 last week.
Well, the first one, if we can get a read from a quarterback to where he looked all week instead of to that side, that's a plus. In terms of Alex Bradley, having one arm on the ball through a force unit, and unfortunately he hit the ground and it popped out. That was not a good call. Those were huge. 2 big plays against our secondary that weren't turnovers, but they were actually 3 big plays were over our heads when we should have been deep. The right call was in. We just weren't adjusted to it. So we're going to, look at those things. Again, kick coverage lanes, the right, call, making sure we have the right talent in that lane to ensure that doesn't happen again. So part of it was turnovers, but again, field position is a huge thing that we have to work with. We have to get a lead, and we have to make guys, teams go against us the full way.
Let's look at the Broncos now. And speaking of leads, got to get a lead, but no lead is safe. Certainly in the BCFC, you saw the Broncos last week go into Victoria and put up 34 points or 35 points in the second quarter. Is that scary a little bit when you look at that film? And they're obviously playing with some confidence.
Here's the thing: Victoria came up early and they did what they needed to do. And whether they took the foot off the gas, you can't do that with any team. Yeah. 3 block kicks. The same gentleman did that. That was pretty outstanding. And they got momentum back. An onside kick. They did what they needed to do. And you do that with any team, it's dangerous. So we have to look at that and understand they put up 41 against a team that we didn't do that.
Let's look at also the week 2 game that you played against the Broncos. Do you look at that film, or do you just look at the film that the Broncos just played?
We look at everything. It comes down to time, of course, 24 hours in a day. But realistically, the offense that Kamloops generated in the last game, we have to look at their Raider tape that it just played. We just played the Raiders. We can see the matchups there and understand that, hey, you know what? If we take care of first things first, we should be okay.
You like how you match up with the Broncos?
I do. They've got some outstanding athletes in various positions, but I think pound for pound across the board, we have to get the job done.
Coach, thanks. Good luck.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan.
Head coach Gavin Lake joining us for the BCFC and Okanagan Sun Coaches Show. Thanks for watching.